afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. We are off here to a 1 vs 1 on Fateman will approach. We shall be watching one side, Fourdots, fighting for the United States of America, fighting here for the 2nd Armored Division with Mechanized Company under his command, versus our Zuna 86 fighting for Germany, for the Reich, with the Scavenge commander there, Doctrine, fighting for the 2nd SS Panzer Division, das Reich. Rather than popping it already. But mechanized with, amongst other things here, the Dodge military truck, a withdraw and refit ability, which is rather unique, and also stuff like an M3 half-track assault group, air reconnaissance, and some very big artillery. Though not necessarily bigger than any other side. I mean, the Germans also had 155mm guns, so the infantry gun size and more howitzer size. Going into the few, we're seeing a bit of a southern approach to be also seeing the truck here a bit forwards, maybe used for reconnaissance, all but at the same time put up in position so they can quickly get out of here. Alright, hence, once the shooting starts, we get out of there. They're shooting at us. What? Speak louder, I can't hear for the shooting.
Ready for action.
I've been pushing up there, sneaking up here behind already. Bit of a blind spot here thanks to the tree. But there goes Storm Pioneers counter attack with their Sturm Gewehr in the right back, and we are seeing here very rapidly retreating and rapidly following up here with the Dodge with a 50 caliber on top. Can also transfer troops around. And there we go, the truck finally gets out of there. Apparently that was enough to convince them they're under fire. And there we go, the George rolls forward. Can a few minutes. Firing away there. Trying to connect the point here. So far the Americans are already pushing ahead rather aggressively, although at the same time it's rather specifically around the centre, sort of trying to cut off the Germans there. Less focused around the wings so far in the territory there. But there you go, trying to cut off the Volksguns here. Doing so reasonably well. The rifle firing away. The truck having a bit of a hard time maneuvering around in all those pieces of wood. The secured on Kenmare moving out as well. And there you go, closing in here again, trying to get the victory point here, but the scout, the truck with the rifle moving, the Storm Punch falling back into the building. Truck here taking a bit of damage. It is surprisingly bulletproof though, for simply being a truck.
Got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
They exposed to a few shots, but overall managed to get away. Kenmare bereit. Points being lost left and right. Not looking good here initially. I mean, he's trying to get Kenmare, of course, to try and force back the truck here and its crew of riflemen. No officers on the way here so far. And there you go, trying to break back towards him. But there we go, at the same time, striking with the truck, taking advantage of this, catching the units here. And there we go, Somebody's got wiped out. That would be a brutal loss there for Zuna. There you go, can he go for a shot? Can he go for a shot? Fire it! Scheiße, Dietrich. Rational troops are getting cut down out in the open, trying to secure the point. They are easy targets here for the Soldaten of the Reich. McKenna forced to fall back, taking up position here. We are seeing a quick repair here being enacted upon the Dodge truck. Patching it up a bit. More Volksgunners arriving here. Sturm Pioneers looking in a very sorry condition. And we are noting here a mechanized regiment headquarters popping up here for Zuna. Lieutenant finally on the way there. Lieutenant Jackson. Mechanized regiment slightly being led up there to sort of deal with a mechanized company.
Capture point is under attack. Crank it up.
Crank it up. Some such negative method. Oh, on the move, should set up. 9 getting caught here by the 50 cal and the rifleman sets up in the wrong position. Scheiße. There we go, quickly clear out the gun shield of no projectors to the crew. And even speeding up there, step on it. It does take a bit of damage here from a lot of focus fire from the gems, ultimately the shield punch for that. But there we go, I came back for recruit as well. But overall, some nasty damage inflicted upon the Krauts. As Fourdots men push forward.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
And there we go, the lieutenant also arrives. While the Dodge once more undergoes some repairs. Mechanized Regiment is up there. What could he be going for? Will he be aiming for a Puma, or will he maybe go for a flak half-track? Which has actually been some time since we've been seen in action. It's rather had a small boost of popularity, but rather has rapidly vanished once more into the books of not really being used a lot. Partly usually, in fact, it's quickly locked down by the American anti-aircraft half-tracks amongst other things, and Russians can quickly do with some anti-tank grenades. Ah, yes, using the crew tack to move around secure points. Overall, gaining most of the map here. Not looking too good here for Zuna. He needs to push forward. So I imagine he's building up some kind of force connected to do so. And there we go, resource advantage. It could be, in fact, look like he's going for the flak half track. An attempt to sort of use that as a support platform to assist him in his offensive maneuvers. And there we go. The flak half track has arrived. One of, I believe, 2 models of this kind. In a way, so there was also a 3rd model which actually relied on aircraft machine guns, and which then had 3 of them. It was known as the flak drilling. Rather powerful stuff too, and kind of would wish they'd use that maybe. That isn't too bad either. Either way, that might be able to catch the Dodge truck there. M20 almost done. Of course, if he gets, yeah, he's about to learn of this one instead, and might cancel the M20 then. Yeah, blasting away, and there we go, M20 cancelled. M15 instead. Well, the 251-17 pummels away there with its 2cm anti-aircraft cannon. So now we are seeing here some good progress finally being made here by Zuna with something a bit more solid to sort of push forward things there. And there we go. Knock, knock. Who's there? Just shut up and die, you Schweinhund. As it pummels away at the building and the front of the place. Now everything's here supporting up north. Good progress finally made. Though he's still having trouble with fuel. In fact, a lot of fuel now going towards the Americans, which is certainly only going to make things more difficult. Okay, therefore it's going to be a bit difficult for the Dodge truck to do anything, rather than having a less than fun time. And there we go, forced to vacate the manor under duress. And coming under a bit of fire there on retreat. Losses inflicted. There you go, sneak up behind as well. The pressure continues. Can he break out of this rather nasty situation? And there you go, the flak half track has, or the anti-aircraft half track has arrived. M15A1. Nice hit there, Raketenwerfer. And Jäger Infantry arrives here for Zuna. Jäger, vorwärts. Flak half track in a sort of dominating position again. Spot the other half track before it sort of gets to shoot out. He might have a chance here, otherwise he's going to end up in tears. Or at least the flak crew will be in tears before they burn up. There we go. I mean, most players tend to basically move this one backwards since its blind spot is the entire front of it. Oh, rather close. It looks like. Oh, he manages it. But Raketenwerfer gets off a good shot there. Might get off another. There we go. And going for the viewpoint as well. Rear echelon troops almost wiped out. And wiped out. Rapid counterattack there with the Dodge truck. Straight into the Volksgrenadiers, which results in a surprisingly quick retreat. Flak half being repaired. Good job there. More men moving forwards. Jäger Infantry could try up to support a bit here. Looks like they might decide against the fact they take up positions here. It's like this small farmhouse. Country house. What should be the next move here for Mr. Dots? I mean, he's overall got lots of fuel, so he could try and push that into an armor advantage. So he's actually getting browns sort of further than his infantry prowess. Lots of browns there being handed out to everyone. Raketenwerfer moving in. Could this finally be the end of the Dodge truck? Could a rocket finally put an end to its existence? No. Not really. Managed to get behind there. Flak half-tech moving in though, once more. Could that get it? No. Doesn't stop up and set the dart truck that escapes victoriously. Popping on here to Zuna. Might be in time to escape the country house then move on. In this case we do manage to hit some good shots, then the flak half-tech by Patrick Ultra joining in. So small victory there for Zuna, which results in not losing his own flak half-tech, which definitely set him back a bit. There's definitely something can put a lot of pressure on the other vehicles and the infantry as well. And there we go. Ravnir holding up nicely, but for how long? As the flak half-tech continues to pummel away, they're mostly heading bushes, which is considerably less impressive, mind you. Also slowly advancing. Dots is slowly forced to bend in the face of this kind of pressure. A very concerted effort here by Zuna. He's sort of trying to concentrate all forces in a sort of sensible formation as he moves forwards. And if he can get to this point, he can basically cut off all resources from the south, which would certainly be of great help to him. Now the truck moving forwards. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper, and there you go. After coming back again, while it's fully repaired. Also, Rakenefer is hiding into the little house. Oh, the airfield is up here north, encountering Lieutenant and his posse. Not really a good encounter or a good day. And there you go, getting off some good hits. 9 kills. And closing in on Metri 2. That's everything going to happen. There you go, just arriving, getting slaughtered here. The flak half-track being an excellent fly swatter against infantry as well. When the situation is right, like for example when they're out in the bloody open. But interesting to see the Rakenefer and the small ship actually looks like it's abandoning. Could in fact do with reinforcement. Also a fun thing, he could actually use the Jäger infantry to booby trap the point there. That could make things a bit hard to push forwards with there. We're seeing a small force moving down here. Oh, he could also booby trap the fuel point. Meanwhile, a second Rakenefer going up there. He's perhaps not quite confident of getting anything extra to deal with armor beyond that. So getting another one going for the fuel again. Good job there, keeping up the pressure upon the fuel there. Very aggressive American play there. Just needs to sort of be able to probably sort of back it up. Beyond that. Battle Group Headquarters setting up a reinforcement point. And there we go again. A bit of fire there. Veterans 1, pop smoke. Neben. And there you go, Ruffman getting suppressed themselves. Ever so lightly. Panzer going off there. Also, it would seem like the dart truck, by the way, has been pulled back for refitting and a bit of extra fuel there. Since it's well no longer on the field. I don't think it's been destroyed. And of course, it is something the Americans can do. Yeah, again, holding up here, a bit of shots going on. This little house functioning as a blockhouse, but rather taking too much heavy fighting. The Jäger, you can't really overcome that kind of vicious resistance. And there we go, armor ramming an M8A1. That's definitely going to increase the pressure upon Zuna's shoulders. Settles the Reich. Further flak fire. I mean, the anti-aircraft has actually been surprisingly unable to conduct any kills upon the Germans. And there you go, artillery going in there from the M8A1, the Scott, but flak half to find out, although without making much impression there upon the light armor. And there you go, looks like a squad went down. No, field gun. Well, Rakenefer crew. There we go, the squad down. Infantry beginning to bleed out. Veteran 2, lovely, more smoke here. And really the amount of bars here is really allowing to sort of lay down some pretty heavy fire towards the positions here of Zuna, making good use of those Brownings. Although I'm sure Zuna, of course, is looking at it slightly differently. Scott, he needs to be careful. One good hit there from Rakenefer, and there we go. Down to half health. Not exactly known for its great structural integrity. But certainly there, the Americans are keeping up the pressure. Forcing back the Krauts. Bit of a balance. Oh, he was a bit too careless there. A bit too careless. He underestimated the might of the Rakettenwerfer and its 88mm rocket. It looks so little, but it is so dangerous. Why it was called Pupschen, which means dolly. The cutest anti-tank gun of the war. But there you go, he's getting a Puma up. A heavy armored car feeling like maybe not be able to get something else. And instead opts for the Puma sort of intermediate solution maybe. For any heavier armor. There you go. Ooh, Lieutenant caught out in the open. There you go, you're going to take up positions out. The Lieutenant and friends are in a bad position there. Flag half track control on. The Jet 2 is definitely going to be much more lethal. In fact, looks like they might not make it out of there. Can he make it? Yes, just barely. And more infantry is bleeding out. Not looking good here for Zuna. And the 2nd SS. With no armor available at just that one Panzergrenadier regiment or company left to hold the line. The way infantry getting scraped together. Fresh recruits and whatnot. And he's actually salvaging here, maybe going, okay, no point in recruiting this. Instead he's actually getting it for fuel. Oh, and munitions, of course. Since Scavenge does allow to not just get fuel, but munitions or anything. So by the way, he should salvage this one as well. He's also got access here to 105mm howitzer barrage. We should stop up here and just begin firing. Riflemen need to get out of there. On the other hand, those fire an anti-tank riflemen. Either way, they're just getting murdered there. Puma fires away. David's 50mm gun. Anti-aircraft rifle coming back. Bit of nice maneuverability here from both sides a bit. Though most of the fighting is happening around here towards the increasingly ruined manor house. Anti-tank rifle failed to make much of an impression there. And what shall be next here for Fourdots? Watch his response speed to all of this. 2nd Jäger Infantry unit arriving. Maybe you should say it's an Aufklärer company dabei. Several light vehicles blocking the further advance there from the Americans. And again, question is what could be info. It's also flooding a bit of manpower there. Also a bit of slacking off there in the south, which is allowing Zuna to make progress, get back the fuel there. But there you go, the Lieutenant's arriving. Has been upgraded with the 2nd BAR, by the way? No. He could do that. Attempt the grenade. Oh, ooh, nice, there we go. Infiltration grenade. Assault really takes a chunk of those riflemen. Forces pushing up here. Holding up the building. And a BAR left behind. That could be something, for example, the Jäger Infantry would get. Or someone else. Jäger continuing to do their best. There we go, Puma under fire. The fighting intensifies on the manor house, held by a Jäger Light Recon Squad Service, a Gewehr 43, so I've been closing up, they've received grenades. And no, we're seeing artillery going in there. 105mm howitzer barrage, Rifleman watching to get out there. As an artillery battery fires away. Oh, Rifleman there almost wiped out. We see BAR left behind in the wake of a devastating barrage. And there you go, Black Half sending up and then finding Rifleman. Now they're forced to run through this gauntlet of explosions, bullets, and other nasty things. And in fact, there are 2 BARs left behind here. The Germans could secure for the glory of Germany. Oh, that was a tree that went by there. Crikey. Half-track once more receiving some repairs. Flak half-track somehow still holding out. And the Sherman pilots taking up position in the house there to sort of fight with all the riflemen. At the same time, an awful lot of automatics there that could be dangerous. And there we go, send running. And the time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation here is sort of, we are slowly seeing Zuna make his way through all of this. Browning automatics being secured in the name of the Reich. infantry slowly getting back there, and with the vehicles he's sort of putting a bit more of a harsh stop to his opponent's movements, in particular since he did make that slight mistake there with that one M8 Scott there, which rather assaulting an easy kill there for Zuna, which certainly he's not a lot of pressure. So he's slowly getting back on the field here, he's getting back on his feet, which only increases the pressure, and we are seeing here in the meanwhile that Dots has suffered a few heavy losses as well. He's not quite doing as much damage, he's also beginning to bleed out a bit, so he's going to need something to sort of take back things, and meanwhile of course Zuna has to sort of set things up maybe for defensive. I mean, he's got 2 Jaeger squads. I definitely think he should consider laying down some booby traps here and there, also salvage whatever equipment, like say that there, to sort of get himself some more fuel and munitions. If he can do that, I think that would benefit him quite nicely. Otherwise, one option could be basically setting up a Schwerer Panzer at quarters 9 and then aim for a Panther. That might also do the trick in the longer run. Could also then add in some Obersoldaten. So that would definitely be one method he could go for. He could, I suppose, get another Puma that way, adding in some anti-tank assets. Otherwise, keeping up pressure with his infantry, otherwise pushing back his opponent would be good. And then we've got Dots, who's rather taking some nasty losses. Of course, he's got plenty of infantry with BARs left, and he's getting a tank destroyer, and that could definitely apply some serious pressure to his opponent if leveraged correctly with its high damage and high range. He could also consider maybe saving up for an M3 half-track assault group. I mean, he's got plenty of manpower, and he could use that to sort of quickly move across the field, secure points, overwhelm singular units here and there, since they won't be able to sort of quickly disable it with a Panzerfaust or anything like that. So that could actually work out quite nicely. It could also allow him to lay down some anti-tank mines. I mean, there would be a few options there in getting the M3 half-track assault group. Otherwise, he could just consider getting a regular Sherman and then to support the Jackson with a switch between high close rounds and armor-piercing rounds. That could also do him quite nicely, I think. The final option is, well, activate the company command post and maybe aim for some anti-tank guns to support that way. I mean, he's got a few routes there to sort of choose from, though I do think he should maybe consider this, and maybe slowly saving up for 105mm anti-tank artillery barrage to sort of hit the positions around here, because they can break that. That would really make things much more difficult for Zuna to defend, since his defenses are very much centered around the battle group headquarters and the manor house. But back to Zuna for just a few more moments, and back to the fight.
Ready for action.
Flak half-tech could also do with some repairs. That's, by the way, done quite well. He's actually done really well in keeping it alive. I mean, he could go for a flak panzer, although I don't think will do him much good at the moment. I'm going to say he rather should prepare himself for some armor, and the flak panzer 4 here, the Ostwind, is maybe not quite suitable. So there you go, Jäger Infantry taking up positions here. And the watermill. Right, you should be careful. They're actually getting towards the side where there's more. Jäger Infantry can shoot out. That's a mistake from him, if anything. You should always be sort of mindful of building his window. If anything, you should have actually stayed in front of it. Right here where there's only 2 windows. He's now getting up where there's more windows, which means the entire unit can fire back at him. So a little note there. And there you go, Fourdots with the BAR firing away, and up here getting suppressed, taking some losses. Venture 2 here, and there you go, the Jackson tank destroyer has been revealed. The Jackson tank destroyer has been revealed. There we go, you could pop the one again, booby trap. Booby traps are good for your health, not for your opponents. And he's gaining a 50 caliber, interesting decision there.
Good to go.
We are seeing here that Zuna is setting up a much more aggressive net around his force, his territory, which is definitely going to make things a bit more awkward for Dots here to break out from.
Our supply line just got cut off.
And there you go, Fourdots doing their best to sort of hold things back. I mean, with BAR they really become a lot more effective, though not effective enough to start a massive infantry assault on their own. Flag after sending up there, but Mike wants to get it out there. There you go, pumping smoke, and Jackson after moving up. Jäger Infantry still on Pioneers. Really massive assault going in. They could call in the artillery barrage now around here to sort of break down the defences further. He might also want to spread out his troops. They're a bit too much clumped up right now, a bit too clumped up. Always try to sort of spread out your forces doing an assault and take up cover here and there instead of just being formed one hole. But there you go. Nice artillery strike position target here. Call it in. Call it in. Stun grenade maybe from the Storm Pioneer, and there you go, wiped out. He needs to turn this off as a retreat point actually. And there we go. Heavy loss right inflicted. A Kedden there, false secured. Jackson anti-aircraft moving in. False here continuing to fight away. Doing what they can here with grenades. And spirits. But secure so a Kedden there. And there we go. We are seeing that he's been forced utterly away from the field here. Only a single Jaeger squad operates down in the southern territories cut off. Kedden not secured, but right here, nice sort of chance of really getting back in the fight. And he's going up here. He's like going to try and call in artillery here on the enemy. But you know, apparently not. He decided against it. He changed his mind. There you go. Bad group head goes about to go up in flames. Meanwhile, Jaeger infantry doing what they can, but they are just not really cut up for that kind of job. And there you go. Almost wiped out. Scheisse! Run, Jürgen! There we go. Puma continuing to do what he can. Half-tech, we've got Swell Focus counter-attacking. Whatever little infantry is left is in fact counter-attacking here. I mean, he took some brutal losses right there. Surprised enough, the Kedden has not been secured. 50 catching up is in the manor house, but the manor house is in absolutely terrible condition right now. And there you go, Puma got off a decent hit there on the Jackson. Take back few points, lost to the Krauts. Another MX squad on the way. Not sure if we're getting one more. I think we should aim for the Sherman first. But that is merely my opinion. There we go. Flak half touch somebody else. There we go. Veterancy free. And there we go. Almost got the flak half touch. Another bit of smoke popped. And almost veterancy run out here for the Jackson M36. Ambulance continue what he does. MH got almost done. Still an option. He's still flowing reasonably amount of manpower. I mean, half-track assault group could be used to sort of quickly move up and secure a lot of territory. And would also force a bit more mobile elements we sort of expect to deal with it, which could be used to lure it into a trap. There you go. Finally abandons the manor house, as it's really starting to look not really. Whoops. Button. Jack plane there to sort of show you the yes, not really the place you want to sort of show around. Maybe to your mother-in-law and then sort of keep her in there until it collapses, but that's another story entirely. A bit of a heroic assault there by the rifleman, but heroic doesn't always mean clever. In this case, it does result in an awful lot of bullets and another Browning drop behind here. Oh! Another artillery strike going down now. Quick check here. Nope, that was not intentional. There's a slight bug actually, with some artillery actually sort of activating itself again. Which is a bit unfortunate. And there go Puma charges forwards.
We stand at 300 points. Young Panzer, ready for action.
Can't see the Puma. The Puma can see it, so it needs to get out of there. Needs to pull it back. There we go, Jackson down. That was a bit awkward there. Could have been handled a bit better, I think, there by Dots. Well, back to him again, by the way. Looks like a Yak Panzer force been pulled up to support things here. What little actual armor apparently could be spared. What's this? More rifle away. He's got plenty of munitions, by the way, but he's not seen any artillery barrages and much else. There's also plenty of manpower. He needs to be a bit more careful with flooding all those resources, to be honest. But he's managed to take back most of the map once more, but can he hold most of the map? Can he hold most of the map?
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Looks like he managed to secure that Browning. Jaeger infantry firing away. there we go, forcing them away.
Capture point is being
As quickly as that happened. Another Jackson on the way. Lieutenant and friends coming under fire. No grenades upgraded. That could also have been a nice idea here for him. In fact, since I believe he's actually got bulletins for it, in fact 2 of them, so I'm rather surprised he actually hasn't bothered upgrading for the grenades since he gets a lot more range out of them thanks to that. Bit of an odd choice. And the manor house, by the way, finally collapsed.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
All quiet here as the flak half-track continues to pummel away. The Yap Panzer bomb moving in there, actually gets a hit on someone. Half-track taking a nice hit there. And Veteran 3. That doesn't really manage to get much hits since he has to quickly get out of this. Well, I can for not close enough to actually do much here either. Need to move it a bit forwards. A bit too slow to retreat in fact, and looks like these Fourdots will be able to finish off the job. Nope, looks like the rest of the force they managed to save the day. Hooray! Large assault going in there, and there we go. No grenades there. And the major apparently just seems to have sort of slightly stopped up, doing nothing. I can have to take up position in the building. Lots of groups moving forwards. Quickly can have to get off a hit. Jackson arriving as well. Ha! I'm not sure how to describe that.
That's it, fellas. Knock their fucking block off. A capture point is under attack.
I am not sure how to describe that. He might just want... Ha! Now this is weird. This is very weird.
The crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point.
Jackson moving forwards. Failed to hit there. The Jaeger infantry, though, close to getting utterly demolished. And the Storm Pioneers might join that. There we go. And the spare pen squad is finally going out. It's only taking a bit of a while there to get towards that. Another barrel's going off there, apparently by itself. Again. While the major finally went down the north, utterly forgotten by the entire unit. Apparently not really well liked here. Apparently his name was Major Annoyance. And there you go, Veterans 4, increased penetration and range in the flak half-track. That thing's really been able to pay itself off in this fight, impressively. And back to Zuna. Both sides, by the way, rather depleted. Though we do see a bit more infantry here for Dots. Not so much here for Zuna, who's down to, well, a handful of this and that. And the thing that's really keeping together is probably his flak half-track more than anything else. Orbital down on the way, some more veteran SS Panzer Grenadiers surviving. There we go. 50 caliber firing away there. Couldn't quite hit. Nothing got them, Fourdots holding up. Doing the best to hold them off. Who shall win this? Who shall win this? The Lieutenant did. The Veteran 5 Fourdots stood no chance versus a Veteran 3 Lieutenant, at least not that close. Orbital Darden almost here, and again he's floating plenty of manpower. I'm a bit surprised at that. It's a bit of an odd decision that rather seems to keep happening here for Dots. Part of me really would suggest an anti-tank and sort of support the centre a bit more as well. But again, pressing back towards the territory. Yeah, Panzer 4 moving forwards. Getting off a decent hit there versus Jackson. Jackson needs to get out of there again. And went down instead. Bit unfortunate engagement there. It seems like Dots is not very good with his Jacksons, actually. Bit interesting. But again, he has a slight nasty knack there for flooding manpower throughout the fight. Which overall means he's not really giving it all he's got compared to his opponent Zuna, who's really laying most of his resources into it. overall now the situation in fact looks pretty bad here. Fourdots. He's speeding up more and more. 50 caliber there versus the flak half-track. The other 50 caliber's not firing on the half-track. There you go, grenade assault! There we go, successfully clearing out most of the occupants. Nicely done there. Got point seized. And there we go, the 50 caliber crew is no more.
Armor car ready for action.
And charging straight towards... oh no. It's just terrible. He rushed towards his doom. And another bar sort of going off on its own. It really is a weird thing. Though it's rather thankful that it's not managed to do a lot of damage to his opponent. There you go. Anti-aircraft flying up in the flak half-tech by the way. Now Veteran C5. Veteran C5. A very rare sight.
Prepare for action. Stand ready, Kamerad.
Veteran C4 Jaeger as well. Lots of fire there going in from the BARs. Give out for the finish. And there we go. A third Jackson. And there we go. GG. Apparently realising he's lost the fight. And then some odd thing that occasionally happens at the end of a replay. Apparently there's a sync error, but basically it means nothing. I even get it in some of my own matches. But by the way, game over. A loss there for the United States of America, despite a rather nasty opening there with the mechanized company. And then, though, he really didn't take full advantage of it. I mean, he pretty much just went for this, maybe, and a single of this, but never for the half-track assault crew. I'm deeply surprised he never called in an artillery barrage, despite the munitions advantage he had several times. I think, rather to a certain extent, he never quite managed to sort of fully take advantage of the initial advantage he managed to build on, instead squandering a bit away, sort of building up anything solid in terms of a defense or anything. And that rather allowed, you know, Zuna had to slowly but surely crawl his way back, taking advantage of every single little mistake that his opponent made, using in part here this flak half-track, which really did the job well, the Puma as well, and that way slowly it clawed his way back. Really able to sort of play some exacting play there. I mean, rather nicely done there, making good use of his commander in comparison. I mean, that is nicely done indeed. And certainly Dots here might want to look into using his jacks a bit better. He had a slight sort of tendency of hanging a bit too close to the front. I mean, again, they're not really sort of something that's meant to absorb fire. And certainly maybe something to sort of conduct a bit of reconnaissance alongside it might have helped. Then again, a part of me would also like to maybe see some anti-tank guns or a regular Sherman, though that never quite managed to make its way there either. And certainly maybe a fuel cache could also help. I mean, he really had a sort of great advantage, but he simply couldn't, you know, do anything with it, and that slowly again allowed Zuna to sort of get back. I mean, Zuna made some mistakes as well here and there. I mean, he sort of bled out a lot of infantry. But in the end, though, I mean, he was able to sort of hold on again, you know, with a few sort of good, well-chosen units, sort of able to do a lot of damage to his opponent, which is overall what you want to do. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did want to subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and I'll provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.